Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here of Plan with Elise, and today I am going to be filming a video that I'm going to be doing in 3 clips, but it's all going to be part of one video, showing how I'm using the new daily floral sheets by Kell of a Plan that launched today at 10 a.m. Central. So different days in my life require different types of planning, and so I thought the most authentic, I guess, way to show you how I'm using these is to share it with 3 different types of days. So today is Wednesday, August 23rd, and it's just kind of a day. I mean, it is the morning after one of my Patreon Zoom calls, and typically on the morning after a Zoom, I take it a little bit easier because, I was working yesterday really from what time did I start? Well, I started at 7 a.m. because I started Plan with Elise at 7 a.m. And then the flooring company came. I'm gonna put this here or here. I think I want to do it here. No, that's not gonna work. Is it gonna work? It should work. No, we're gonna do it on the other side. The flooring company came right after that, and then I started my workday at my actual job, and then on my lunch break I filmed, and then after work I had the Patreon Zoom until 9 p.m. Eastern, which is a bit past my bedtime. So typically I like to keep these days a little bit less productive, which sounds strange, but it's going to make sense for me. So anyway, but today the flooring people are coming back. So I'm trying to decide where I want to put this. It would fit nicely right here. I think we can do that. Let's see. Whoops. Well, it decided it wants to go down there. So that's where it is going to go. So daily habit tracker. We've got this. I think that I might want to switch up these top boxes. So I am going to cover up the must do, should do, and want to do. And then we're going to use 3 boxes here instead. So we'll put these down because they are sized perfectly. We'll put the yellow down. And I could have also covered those up, but I'm going to write in these boxes, so I'm not that concerned about the other side. Or I'm not concerned about the bullets. Okay. Now, over here, I want to put highlight of the day. I'm trying to think, what did I want to put it this way? Okay, hold on. Let's figure this out. Tomorrow. Then over here, I want to do, what I kind of want to do with these is today, and in terms of like personal and work, but not personal really. Plan with Elise and work. I don't know. It's hard because I have 2 different jobs. So I kind of want like work and work. So that's not going to necessarily be the easiest thing, the easiest way to do this. How do I want to do it? Now I'm stuck. We have today already there, so I don't necessarily need an additional one. I do still want to do highlight of the day. So I'm going to cover up notes, and I might, bring in, let's see where we are size wise. We have about half. So I may bring in another floral. Put this right over here, and then we'll do highlight of the day. Then, okay, now I'm getting my groove. Sorry, it just took a sec. It always takes a sec when there's something new to kind of map it all out. So this should go all the way down right here. And then I think we are getting ready to actually write in it. So I have a Uniball 1 over here, although I'm wondering if I want to do something thicker. First up, let's date this, right? So today is, like I said, Wednesday, August 23rd. And I have room for my to-do list. So up here, I'm going to write, we're going to go a little thicker with the heading of the pen. Personal and then PWI. The other thing that I could have done here was just cover up the headings if I wanted to and not the entire boxes, but I kind of liked the idea of just playing around a little bit with the other boxes. So today, well, then it's like, well, what's the difference between personal and today, right? So these are all things that we're gonna like kind of figure out. So there are certain things I absolutely have to do. Or the other part of right here is I can write in my personal things that are like happening today. So I think I'm going to use, well, no, we have bullets. I don't need to use that for bullets. Let's see. We have this pink. These are nice tiny bullets. One. And oops. Oh, come on. I can't get this little bullet off because I hold it and it went the wrong way. There we go. All right. Staircase, company, 8 a.m. And then tonight I'm having dinner with one of my friends. And that is at 6 p.m. So this is kind of my personal plans, I guess, right? And then Plan with Elise is going to be, I think over here, excuse me, I'm going to put my priorities, and then the rest of this today list is going to be my to-dos. So PWI, there we go. Let's write, film this video, post spreads to mail. This is for Patreon. And then October prep. Because I have a really busy September, I am working right now on preparing for October for Patreon. All right, daily habit tracker. We're going to write AM routine, which I have not done and is not, I mean, I've showered, but that's it. PM routine, because I wanted to get the filming done before the flooring people came. I'm going to write read 1 hour, exercise, and then clean off desks. All right, so now I have that in. These I'm going to fill in later. They won't be filled in on this video because I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring and I don't know what the highlight of the day is yet. Certain things I do know I need to do. Go to bank and I need to withdraw the remaining balance for my staircase renovation. So that is something that I definitely have to do. I'm going to write laundry. Finalize September budget. What else? Some of that I already have, right? Post spreads to mail, October prep, clean desks is going to be in here. And you know what I need to do? September in my planners. And what that means is making sure that I have my September goal section put in my planner, because I don't keep my planners at 12 months all the time. September in my catch-all planner and my dashboard as well. And then the rest of this I'm going to leave open. I could make up things and fill them in just for this video, but I'm not going to do that because I need this to be productive for me. So this is going to be the first one. This is my example of a day that is just going to be, you know, kind of a typical day. I'm not pushing too hard to get anything done because I do like to take it a little bit easier the day after a Zoom, but I will come back on a busier day. And I think we're also going to do a day without any stickers. We'll see. But there's only like a week and 2 days until this releases. So we'll have to figure out which is going to be my busy day to share in here. All right, I will come back, I guess, with the rest. Hello, I am back. For today's example, I am going to show you a day when we're time blocking, because I don't typically time block because my day-to-day tends to look pretty much the same. But when I do time block, I find it really helpful to be able to see what's going on. So we're going to write here at 7 a.m. AM routine. And I can even write what that includes. So shower, make, bed, and coffee. 8 a.m. is typically film. 8:30 is typically read. And then we'll write start work. And I'm going to write just some different things that I have throughout my workday that are typically on the same schedule. So 9 a.m., 9:30 is AM support. 11, I have dev PF check. I work in digital marketing, so a lot of my job is the management of building websites and checking in where everything is. 1 p.m. midday sweep. Then 1:30 to, how is this going to go? 2:30. No, I can't bring in a strip there. It's okay. We'll just write lunch. And for me, lunch is typically eat something and film something. Or if it's a Thursday and landscapers are here, it's a just read, eat and read. Excuse me. Lunch. Okay, and then we'll color those in just to make it pop a little bit more. I guess I went a little too far there. That probably should have just been to there, but that's okay. Then I'm going to do dev PF sweep. There's obviously other work I do throughout the day, but that's not all scheduled. And then 4:30 EOD support. Then I usually finish up between 5 and 5:30. And at this point, cleaning schedule and call mom. 6 o'clock is typically make dinner. I also forgot to put in exercise over here, so we're just going to do it. I'm not that particular in my planner, especially in time blocking of exercises. Sure, why not? Of making sure that everything is absolutely perfect. This is kind of like a loose schedule. So make dinner, and then we're going to write read and social catch up. This is often when I'll answer texts and things from the day, any calls that I may have missed, or answering comments and messages, since I can't really do that during the workday. And then 8 p.m. varies because if it's a night where I have a Patreon Zoom, that is that. I know I said at the first clip of this video that I was going to do this with another like very specific day, but instead I think the way we're just going to do it this time is an example of how I would use this for time blocking. So let's put these stickers here, which are fun. I also wanted to bring in some of the flowers because these are really pretty flowers. So let's take one of these. And then this time I'm going to put this in another section. We'll put this right here. And then I know that there's also quotes that fit into this bottom spot. So let's see. Just looking at the sizing here. Is that going to fit there? I think it should. You know what? Decide that today will be the best day of your life. I like that one. Come on. And then I do think the third one is going to be a weekend day. So we have like a kind of low-key day, a time-blocked day, and we'll do a weekend day also. Okay. Notes. I'm going to switch out notes for we're going to write brainstorm. And this is, unless there's a sticker for brainstorm, I don't think there is, but we're going to check. Nope. Okay. So let's go for the thinner pen because I think that matches this better. I also think this is a great journaling section. I often have things that pop into my head during the day about Plan with Elise ideas, and I can't do them because I'm in the middle of my workday. So this is a great spot to just like jot it down when something pops into my head. So then we are separated by must do, should do, and we can also keep want to do, but this doesn't have an extra bullet section for want to do. So I want to see if there's maybe another color shift because we have the blue and the purple. But we could just bring in the yellow bullets, which I think should look the same because they're the same size. Yeah. So it's just a matter of like putting them in immediately versus not. I'm putting them all in at on one sticker strip versus not. So we'll get these down. And if you are not already using tweezers for bullets, let this be your sign to do it, because I would show you what it looks like if I tried doing this without bullets, but it would not be pretty and it would be long and it's not gonna work well. So we're just gonna stick with these. Okay. So certain things like want to do, I can explain, would be like finish book. I did start a new book. I'd like to finish it, but it's not a must do. It's not even a should do. It's a want to do. So I think that this also will help you really prioritize the things that absolutely have to be done. Like I know right now, if I don't clean off my desk, it's going to stress me out. So that's an absolute must do. I know that I need to pay a bill, right? That's an absolute must do. Should do maybe is like, okay, sweep the floors or, you know, run the dishwasher. So all of our variations of must do's, should do's are going to be different. Want to do's are definitely different too. You could want to do, not work, want to do, watch TV and lay in bed on my couch or on my couch all day. So this is just kind of another idea as to how to use these pages, but I am going to also show you what a weekend will look like for me, because that is going to be very different than my weekdays in these daily sheets. Okay, I am back with my third daily plan, and this time it is Oops, just hit my knee. This time it is Sunday. So it is, we're gonna just use a pen here. Sunday, August 27th, and I am ready to map out my day. So one of the things I definitely need to do today is grocery shopping. And I remembered that there were grocery list. There we go. I knew there was grocery sticker over here. So oops, we are going to jump to, I think, these florals. So let's do this green one. And I'm not going to cover up the today underneath because I'm going to be putting grocery list. My big fingers aren't letting me see this properly. There we go. Grocery list. All right, now let's take one of these and we'll put this here. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to use this because these bullet points are pretty much on every other line. So I'm going to write out, let's not go sideways. Let's give you a better view than that. I'll move sideways. Eggs, chicken, iceberg, lettuce, sharp, white cheese. So what I'm planning on doing is using this second line to write down the prices. And the way I'm going to do that is by looking at the grocery circular before I go grocery shopping, so that this way I know if I'm going to stay on budget or within budget, and if I need to switch things up, and then I'll decide like how many tomatoes I want, whether I want to get a couple of larger like on the vine tomatoes or grape tomatoes or cherry tomatoes or plum tomatoes. There's a lot of tomatoes. I love tomatoes. Do you like tomatoes? I'm a little bananas this morning. Okay, so eggs, chicken, lettuce, strawberry cheese, tomatoes, pepperoni, almond milk. I put almond milk in my coffee. Yogurt. Oops. Black olives. Red peppers. Acai bowls. This is also going to be dependent on the price because the acai bowls can be pricey. I probably at some point will start to make them myself. Bananas. Peaches, because we are in peach season, or we're probably nearing the end of peach season. And let's see, I put black olives. Oh, you know what I need is more olive oil. And then I can just write the price a little bit over here. Okay, must do. So let's jump back to, oops. I feel like I keep switching sides. I can't make up my mind today. Let's jump back to these. And then we'll take the should do also. Okay, and must do, I have 2 videos I need to film. Also laundry for my clothes, also wash bedding. Should do, I'm gonna write computer storage. Anyone who films content, especially YouTube videos, will know that the use of using up computer storage can be really, really I don't know, our videos take up a lot of space. So I have to be mindful about making sure to remove the videos once they're already like exported and uploaded to YouTube, so that I don't risk running out of space. So should do would be computer storage, and then let's also do sept goal prep, starting to brainstorm my September goals. Must do will be AUG goal review, just seeing if there's anything on my list that needs to be reviewed. And then I'll kind of give myself some space here as the day goes on. Instead of want to do, we're going to cover this one up. And this time, I'm going to use this for, I'm going to call it this week or next week, I guess. I could do upcoming week. And this is things that maybe I need to prep for. So for example, September 1st is, we'll write KOAP release for these products and the reading planner. So this is where I'm going to kind of map out the things that I know that are coming up. This I can't quite fill in right now because there's things happening this week that aren't quite public knowledge yet. So we're gonna pause on that. Okay, I do want to take my daily habit tracker. This isn't normally ripped like this, but I didn't put it back in the right way originally, so that's why it looks like that. And then I want to do highlight of the day, I think right over here. Again. So I don't know if there was really a ton of variation in the 3 ways that I'm showing how to use these, but these are kind of 3 examples of different days in my life and how my plans change and my needs of planning change with each of those days. So that's why I kind of wanted to show you how I'm going to be using these. There we go. Let's bring, I think first up, I need to put this daily habit tracker right here so that I know how much space I have. And then I'm going to cut, I think right about here. Hopefully that's right. Yep, that's good. And then I can just use my tweezers to pull up the little pieces that I couldn't quite get before. Come on. There we go. Okay. I want to be like, that's good enough. I should have just like cut this. It's just this tiny little burgundy piece. It's making me a little crazy. Where's my knife? I've got to have a knife near me. No? Where are all my supplies? Okay, we're just going to get this little piece. Oh my goodness. The piece that won't go away. There we go. I got it. I got it. I got it. That's a win. Okay, I realized, so daily habit tracker, flowers, highlight of the day, must do, should do next week. We've got it dated up here, and my grocery list. That looks like a pretty good Sunday to me. So as a reminder, the daily florals pack and the sticker book are available now. Linked in the description of the video is my affiliate link for Keloa Plan, which I'd appreciate you using if you'd like to, and also the reading journal or reading planner, undated, and sticker book as well. So thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know how you would use these daily sheets, and I think that's a wrap. I will see you next time.